Alright, I know that it is February, and that this is supposed to be a month of love, not of togetherness. But I'm a lonely loser sitting in my basement reviewing video games. So let's try a dating sim. I asked around to my friends and they suggested HuniePop. HuniePop is, in its developers' words, a game that is part dating sim, part puzzle game with light RPG elements, a visual style of presentation, an abrasive Western writing style, and plenty of plot. Once again, I knew none of this going into the game. I like to discover these games blind, to pick up the game based on the cover or what I've heard about it from others and see what I find. Sort of a game in and of itself. I may have to rethink that decision after having played this game. At its core, I like the idea of dating sims. If well written, they can actually give solid advice for losers like moi for what to say to girls to actually catch their interests. Or guys, if you're into that. It helps remind people that they need to pay attention to the girls, that they need to give presents, that they need to be engaged in something. And even if nothing else, it still releases some of the dopamine inside of your brain so that you can feel a little bit better. So overall, I don't expect this game to be that bad. I mean, it's not Bear or anything. No, seriously, that's a book. No, wait, I don't think you understand. This thing was a Canadian bestseller. Alright, sure, 50 Shades of Crap was a bestseller, so that doesn't mean a lot. It won the Governor General's Award. Yeah, that's the highest literary award in Canada. That's the Pulitzer Prize of Canada. No, I don't think your mind is as blown as mine. The woman and the bear literally... Okay, back to focus. As long as there's no bears in this game by any definition of the word, I'll be happy. So the game begins with us being a loser and failing at flirting with a girl. Hey designers, I'm already a loser at home alone playing a dating sim. Don't rub it in. Unimaginably, this girl leaves us alone, claiming we'll see her again. So we go to sleep lonely, and wake up and there's a magical fairy in tiny clothing. I'd had an assumption this game would be sexual, but I really didn't expect it to be this blatant this fast. Well, she says she's going to help us meet and woo girls, and we set out around the town in a chain of meet a girl, watch her talk to another girl, go follow that girl, watch her talk to another girl, go follow that girl, and on until you've met all 8 of the girls. They are... Aiko, the deviant college professor, Nikki, the quiet introverted gamer, Jessie, the in-your-face sexual cougar, Kiana, the single mother that's disturbingly into fitness, Lola, the token black girl, Audrey, the clubbing bad girl, and Tiffany, the innocent schoolgirl, and finally Belly, the equally innocent yoga instructor. Your day is broken up into 4 parts: morning, afternoon, evening, and night. You can use one part of each day to visit one of the girls, talking to them in the way of RPGs and dating sims. You get a list of things you're allowed to say, and they answer them. Except for one big difference from most RPGs, you can't ask the same question a second time. No, instead, you're meant to remember the answers that the girl gives. That's right, guys. You have to pay attention when women talk to you. You can't just zone out and drift off. How dare you be like that? Women deserve your attention and respect. Now let me just pull this magical fairy pad up to confirm that I have the right answer. I'd hate to offend her and... Oh, come on! In my defense, there's a lot to remember. Each girl will tell you her last name, her age, education, height, weight, occupation, cup size, birthday, hobby, favorite color, favorite season, and favorite place to hang out. That is 12 things per girl with 8 girls. That is 96 different things you need to remember off the top of your head and on the fly. When you get them wrong, the girls guilt trip you, which when you're putting in the effort and your dopamine receptors are still kicking off, that's going to legitimately sting a bit, even if they're fictional characters. As you talk to the girls, they will grow hungry. You can use money to buy presents, food, and alcohol to give the girls. If they like the presents, you'll get honey. If they love the presents, you'll get a date present. It's really easy to tell if they will like or love the presents. You just simply look at the store while talking to the girl, and any present with a star they'll like, any present with a heart they'll love. Food obviously staves off the hunger meter, and alcohol will do exactly what alcohol does. You'll get more honey from talking to her or giving gifts if you've gotten her sloshed because she's more open and affectionate. There's something disturbingly sleazy there, but I will choose to ignore it for now. So how do you get money to buy these things? Well, you go on dates. Yeah, you get paid to go on dates. Also, girls will never say no to a date. I know there has to be a difference between real life and a video game, but seriously guys, this is just ridiculous. So, let's take a girl out on our first date and see what we talk about there. We don't talk on dates, we play a match 3 game. I mean, I don't know what I expected dates to be, but it certainly wasn't playing Candy Crush. Each color has a different meaning in the tile match. Red is sexuality, orange is romance, blue is talent, and green is flirting. Each girl has a color that fills her meter more and a color that's practically worthless. If you can fill the bar in the set number of moves that you're given, you succeed at the date and gain another level of relationship with the girl. Pink helps you accomplish this by raising the affection meter during the date, which gives multipliers to points for matches. Gold bells help even more because the move to match them doesn't count towards your limit and they give you more moves. Purple, however, are the worst thing possible. It can be difficult as the game goes on and the amount of points necessary grows higher and higher to succeed at the dates. Purple makes the difficulty higher because they remove a percentage of your progress towards winning. Every time you make a match and tiles fall from the sky, there's a chance you'll have purples drop in and make a match from nothing you could possibly control. And remember that dopamine issue if you get a question wrong? Every time you accidentally match a purple, the girl you're on a date with will insult you very harshly. And I know it's just text on a screen right now, but the whole game is fully voice acted, which makes that sting even worse. So as your relationship with a girl grows, she'll text you while the two of you aren't talking with an attached picture. Aw, how sweet. It's cute, a bit sexy, and something nice that shows the increase in affection between the two characters. Hey, a new text from Jessie. What'd she... Oh. My friend who mentioned this game to me did not mention anything about this. Is this a normal incident? Okay, apparently yes. The higher the relationship meter, the more actively sexual the picture gets. I can't decide if I should be upset about this, or if I'm perfectly okay with it. I need some time alone to think. Just to think? No, I have already known! Alright, I've had some words with my friend, and I've already begun discovering the game anyway, so let's keep going. She mentioned more girls I have to unlock, though, so I'm not looking forward to remembering 48 more facts about fictional characters. I probably just have to get with all the girls to unlock them. Let's keep going. I don't want to date the black girl. Not because she's black, because she's self-entitled and a bitch. Not that all black girls are like that, I mean... Oh god, I'm just digging my grave deeper, aren't I? So, once you've reached 4 out of 5 hearts with a girl, you can complete a date at night, and if you succeed, she'll come home with you, where you strip her via more tile matching while she moans incessantly, gaining a new super sexual picture when you fill the bar and adding her panties to your inventory. That is disturbing as it is disgusting. Upon sleeping with your first girl, the fairy decides she wants some of you too. If you drop a bag of fish in the park during the afternoon, you can take in a Neko. If you give the porno mag to the sex fairy, she'll give you a sandy weird thing, and you can take that to the beach at night and you'll find an alien to date. And once you sleep with all of the main 8 girls, the fairy's boss shows up to date you. And now let's start on why I despise this game, and that sentence that I just said should have set it up for you. Not only are you able to, but you are expected and required to sleep with every girl in the game. You lie, cheat, and manipulate just to get into these girls' pants. When talking to Audrey in the morning, you claim you're a weed smoker that loves the club scene and can't stand those basic bitches who don't realize how pathetic they are. That afternoon, you're telling Tiffany how you never smoke and you can't stand people that do, and you've had very few partners, and how very understanding and caring you are. That evening sees you with Kiana talking about how important it is to be completely monogamous and how much you enjoy fitness. Finally, your night ends talking to Jessie about how stupid monogamy is, and you're getting her liquored up so the date is a bit easier in order to get her back to your house and steal her panties. And let's just ignore how skeevy the fact is that getting the girls drunk gives you an advantage in the dating game, because there's a more disturbing fact that Tiffany is Jessie's daughter. Even the liberal Jessie, who believes in sleeping around while dating, has one rule: don't date her daughter. But as soon as she's not looking, yeah, you're all over that barely 18 schoolgirl.
This bothers me. I've always been a very loyal person, and it's one of the few traits about myself that I value and respect and take pride in. And I may joke around, but I have real respect for women, and yet this game presents this protagonist's actions as something to be desired or emulated or just a good thing.
You're praised for what a stud you are. The fairy and her boss are so impressed and praising with you about how you managed to get every girl around you into bed. But you get them there by such horrible means. I've never seen a protagonist that's supposedly me and that tells other characters so much about themselves, yet I know less about in the long run. Which story is true? Is the face you've shown to Nikki to get her into bed real, or is the story that Akito wants the real you? This game is the epitome of shallow and disgusting manipulation. This isn't a dating sim. If anything, it gives the concept of dating a bad name.
But let's move away from the ethical problems with this game to its problems as a game. Because I'm sure there are people out there right now saying, Otter, I don't care about any of this. It's just a game. You're taking it too seriously. Or most likely, I'm just here for the porn. Fine. Let's look at the gameplay.
How should I put this? This game is an absolute waste of time and possibly the most boring, poorly optimized, self-defeating game I've ever played that wasn't starring Elmo. Firstly, tile matching is not deep puzzle gaming. It's a randomized board that you have to pray you get good tiles to fall from the top in. The date gifts can help, but one bad drop or one tiny mistake and you've lost the date. No big deal, just start another date? No. You can only date a girl once per day and you cannot skip periods of the day. So let's say you're trying to finish this game to get it all recorded and you only have one girl left to sleep with. You fail your date with her because there is simply not enough of a setup because you didn't get lucky. Because let's look at it like it really is, tile matching games like Bejeweled and Candy Crush aren't skill. You can learn to recognize matches faster or think a couple of steps ahead with practice, but it won't matter. And I did learn those things for this game. I'm actually quite good at puzzle games when I put my mind to them. Tile matching is luck. So when you fail yet again, it isn't a lack of skill, it's just you didn't get lucky and win. But now you've failed, you have no other girls to date, and there's no longer any reason to interact with the other girls you've already slept with because there's nothing else to be gained from them other than the extra strip minigame, but we'll get to why that's not worth anyone's time shortly. But you can't skip to the next day, so you have to enter the menu, pick another girl, go to their location. You sit through two boring, slow screens that say that time is changing, nothing but a black screen with white text. Then you enter the screen with the new girl. You have to wait for her to finish saying hello. Then you can click to move to the next part of the day with some new girl. Repeat. If you failed your date in the morning, or even succeeded because you have to succeed 4 times to finish, you go to the afternoon and wait, then to evening, then to night, then finally back to morning where you can try again. It's so incredibly long, and since the tile matching is already as boring as Amish clothing, the pointless waiting brings the boring levels to 3-hour intro to historical theater lecture levels. But maybe you're determined. Maybe you want to see the porn. You don't care about the boredom, you don't care about the morality, you're just here for pixelated boobs.
First, go out and get laid, you loser. Second, if you still so desperately need to see these particular pixelated knockers, Google them, because this game fails as a porn game. Let's break it open.
The entire point of this game is to sleep with these girls, building up to the final matching game with their top coming off eventually as you reach a high enough meter. But this is a speed matching game. You have to be constantly making matches or else that meter will rapidly decrease. Your eyes have to be locked onto that grid, hunting for another match without pause. So, if your eyes are locked onto colored tiles, what aren't you looking at? Oh right, the half-naked woman next to the tiles, moaning in a way that makes you wish you could turn your computer's sound off. You know the entire point of why you're still playing this game? Unless you're a game reviewer that wanted to give up on this game hours and hours ago and is still slogging through to reach the end so that they can write a review? The design of the game actively works against the game's functioning as a porn game, making all the time you spent on dates even more pointless since the only thing you would supposedly get to enjoy, if that's what you're waiting for, is one final picture that you could have found online for free hours ago.
So in conclusion, if it wasn't clear, I hate this game. The sheer boredom that it brought forth in me was only rivaled by my disgust for the protagonist. And as it even fails as a porn game, there is no reason for anyone to play it. It was a waste of my time that I will never be able to get back, and I wish I could scrub it from my mind.
Well, that was absolutely miserable. Hopefully you all enjoyed seeing my misery. Next week we're going to be taking a look at one final game that all of my family played together, one quick episode for the ending of the month of togetherness. So I'll see you all then, and remember, life is always another game waiting to be discovered.
Go ahead.
Even hitting the book, that still feels wrong.
That looked good. Alright, want to try the other one? It'll probably get more distance. Alright, if we can try and slow them a little bit more. What?